Hi, I'm Lisa Muir, and I'm a middle school librarian.
And I'm Bonnie Bochert from the Fairfax County Public Libraries.
Today, we're going to share a book talk with you. Bonnie, what do you have for us today?
I just read the most incredible book called Popular, a memoir, Vintage Wisdom for a Modern Geek. And it really makes you think, what does it mean to be popular? Can anyone be popular? Are the things that make us popular today the same things that made people popular 50 years ago? When Maya, the author of this book, was beginning 8th grade, her father gave her a used copy of Betty Cornell's Teenage Popularity Guide that had been written 50 years ago by then popular teen model Betty Cornell. And at first Maya thought this was a joke. Each chapter talked about tips about how to be popular, how to be the best that you were. But then her mom said to her, Maya, you should use this as an experiment for your 8th grade. You should keep a journal as you work through this book, because her mom knew that Maya wanted to be an author, and she said this would be a great chance for you to practice writing. So that's what Maya did. She started going through the chapters about losing weight, about diet, hairstyles, clothing. And the more she did it, the more she began to realize that popularity wasn't so much what you did, who you hung around with, who your friends were. Those were all very superficial things. But I think it's important to remember, to realize where she was growing up. She was in El Paso, Texas, on the border of Mexico. And she could see from her house every day, she could see the fires burning in Mexico from all the drug wars, the drug cartels. Her school was across the street from the poorest community of that size in the United States. This was a very poor community that she was growing up in. And the students were not allowed to wear backpacks. They weren't allowed to use lockers because of the drug threat. They had drug-sniffing dogs going up and down the hallways. And so she had a lot of things going on that most teens starting 8th grade don't have to deal with. But she had the courage to go ahead and try these things. And I think the bottom line of what she found out was being popular is not the outside. If you control your diet and exercise or whatever, you do it not because you want to be popular, but because that's who you are and that's who you want to be. And she eventually found out that it's more important in being popular to be kind to other people.
I read the book as well, Bonnie, and the best part of this book for me that hit home with me being a middle school librarian is there's a part where they go on a field trip. And readers, remember what Bonnie just said. Her school is on the border of El Paso. And remember when they go on the field trip, they bring in drug-sniffing dogs to sniff the luggage of these students, and they're just going to a chorus concert. They're just going to perform for a choir because they are in a choral club, and the drug-sniffing dogs have to go through all their stuff. And we don't have that here in Fairfax County. We are very fortunate that that's not where we live. However, that's what Maya deals with every day, and she deals with students on a day-to-day basis that have a very different economic background than her. And the part that I like the best of this book is where she's on the bus and she decides to talk to someone for the first time that she doesn't know. She doesn't care, readers, if this kid is cool or if this kid is a geek, if this kid is a nerd. She remembers what was said in that popularity guide. To be popular, you put a smile on your face and you chat and say hello to everyone. And she does this throughout the book. And as the book ends, she realizes that because she opened up, because she said hello to everyone and said something kind, she herself became one of the most popular girls in her grade. Read Popular, a memoir. You can find this book in your middle school library in the nonfiction section, narrative nonfiction, which reads like a story. And you can also find this, Bonnie,
in the public library.
I'm Lisa Muir.
And Bonnie Bochert.
And thank you for joining us for another book talk.